It's Tennessee.Frank.
Hey guys, Tennessee.Frank coming at you again with another solar lighting project. And what we have are these larger 60 lumen solar lights. Picked these guys up at Lowe's. You can see here 60 lumen. So they're going to be brighter than the other ones we used. And I wanted to come up with a way to mount these along the edge of the back porch up high, so they would shine out over the backyard. What I ended up coming up with was going with one of these base plates, which this is going to be a 1/2 inch, and then you can use whatever fittings that you want to use. I ended up going with a 3-inch fitting to come out from the base plate. You can use a 90-degree elbow. I went with the 45. Here's going to be your part number and everything on that. And then I went with a 3.5 for the piece of pipe that's going to be up. That's going to go up. And basically all you do, well, let me show you this real quick. This is kind of cool. You pull this spike out. This 1/2 inch threads right into there perfectly. I mean, it goes right in perfectly. So you don't have to worry about it pushing it into anything, or I mean, it'll thread right into this end. So there's that. But what we come up with, I got my handy dandy little portable vise here. These things are about 20 bucks. And we're going to tighten this in here. Let me readjust the camera just a little bit so we can see this. I'm going to take my 3-inch and I'm going to get it started. Get it going. Like I said, you can use any length. If you want them closer to your house, farther out, you can use whatever you want. Then I have my channel locks that I'm going to use just to tighten this in. And you don't have to use like pipe dope or any of that Teflon tape or anything, because these are not going to have any liquid or anything going through them, so they don't need to be sealed. You just need to make sure you tighten that on good. Make sure it doesn't protrude from the back, because this has to flush against the house. And then you just take your elbow, go ahead and get it started. Get it going on there. We'll tighten this on. Let me open them up another notch. We'll tighten this on. And that should be pretty good. One thing you want to make sure of when you're putting this elbow on, undo this a little, make sure that you're going to be lined up so your screw holes are left and right of that elbow. You don't want your elbow blocking one of your screw holes. That'll make it hard to mount if you did that. Finally, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to take my 3.5. It's going to go in here. Tighten it back on. And that's good. You just got to have it snug. It doesn't have to be on there with like a death grip, just so it's good and snug, so it's not going to come off. Here's our finished product. This will mount against the house. This will bring it out from the house and up. And then, like I showed you before, this just threads right onto here. Tighten that on till it's good and snug. And here's our finished product. If you need to bring it left or right, you just turn it a little bit. It's got enough friction with this fitting that it'll stay. Of course, up and down, you'll just loosen this. Here's your up and down. And you just align your solar panel so you're getting as much direct sun during the day as you can. But that's pretty much what we end up with. And we can go ahead, I already have some of these mounted. One thing you're going to want to do, get you some paint, because these are iron fittings, they will rust. So we got some Krylon in a tan to kind of match the house. For mounting, you're going to want to go ahead and go with a number 12 screw so the head's large enough not to pull through. And 1 inch is plenty long enough to mount these on some wood out there. These are not really that heavy. So you get you some screws too to mount them. But we'll go take a look at how they're mounted, and I'll get back with you in just a second. Okay, here you can see where we already have one mounted up. Put one here, have one mounted there, and then there's one down here on the end of the house. I wanted to put a couple kind of in between these just to give me a little more light. But yeah, you can see, and like I say, you can mount them with different lengths, elbows and stuff. You don't have to go with what I did. So the main thing is just to get that plate, that 1/2 inch plate. Like I said, you can use whatever length fittings you want, 90-degree elbow, 45, however you want to mount them up there. And you can put lights around your house. They're solar. They cost nothing for electricity. They'll charge during the day. And then you'll have them automatically come on at night, so you can have light around the house and not have to worry about flipping a switch on or anything. So I hope you found this video helpful. Like I always say, either we stand up for our rights or we can sit by and watch them go away. Y'all have an awesome rest of the day. We'll talk to you later. Tennessee Frank out of here.